Hey guys, and welcome back to a new video. As you saw in the title, I did blew my engine. Yeah, I did. Fuck me. But I actually filmed a bunch on my phone when it all happened, so let's just cut there so you see when everything... Well, I'm having some problem. I got stranded on the road. I'm going to work and yeah, the engine just died. I have no clue what it is, because when I turn the starter on, it sounds like it doesn't have compression in the engine. But well, I have no idea. But yeah, so I have called a tow truck, and yeah, he will come and pick me up and drive me to work and workshop. So fun times. So yeah, well, if I just so yeah, that doesn't really sound good. Yeah. Well, I think something really bad have gone.
Just be here, kid. You gotta just go for it. Don't think about what comes after or what came before. You just gotta bend your knees, take a deep breath, and jump.
So yeah, it's later the same day, and now I have time to look at it. And so this is what I have found, and that's are coming from that. Yeah, so you can see the, and there are more. Let's see, more down there, and yeah, so the timing belt have probably skipped some teeth or something. I don't know how many yet, but yeah, so if it's really bad, I have to change the engine. If we are lucky, I just have to put everything back to normal and it will start. I'm skeptical, but yeah. And I have 1 week. 1 week before Poland. So if I have to change the engine, I have a lot of things to do, like polish the wheels, polish the car, lower the car, fix the exhaust, change the engine, yeah, and some other stuff as well. So there are a lot of stuff that I have to do. So I'm gonna see if I have to change the engine, or I only have to flip everything back to normal. So the old belt are off, and you can see the wheel on the alternator are fucked. So yeah, that's the issue why the belts slipped in the first place. And yeah, so well, yeah, at least I have an excuse. You can see if you look here, the AC compressor and the steering pump are lining up with each other, but the alternator wheel are like climbing out. I hope you can see that. Yeah, so yeah, that's the issue. And yeah, let's see if the engine are safe to drive with or if it's junk. Bad news. Really bad news. The the crankshaft are at 0 right now, and there you have the mark, and it should be there. So it have skipped 10 teeth on the pulley itself, and yeah, when I cranked over the whole engine with by hand, it was really hard. So the intake or exhaust valves have definitely hit the pistons, and that's it. Yeah, so all because of the alternator. It's just a follow-up thing, and the valves are probably bent, and yeah, a real bummer, but I kind of expected it, because yeah, but it's really bad. So let's just hop forward to Back to the Future. Yeah, so I'm gonna lay down the phone now, and you're gonna see everything from the camera here on. So yeah, that really sucks, but it's Monday today, and the engine have arrived, as you saw in the last video, yeah, it's time to change that engine, because it's 4 days before we leave to Poland and Ultrace, and yeah, fuck me. So let's just dig in some time lapse and enjoy. Yeah, so this is something new, both for me and Kevin and the channel as well. But we're gonna try some voiceover in this video. So yeah, comment down below if you liked it or if you disliked it, because we always need feedback on this kind of stuff. We will see how it goes, but yeah. So yeah, I'm draining all the fluids on the car, because yeah, it's gonna spill all over the place if you don't. Yeah, so here I take out all the drive shaft bolts and like the tie rods and stuff, all the nuts and bolts that are tied to the suspension that I have to take out. Yeah, so here I realized that I have to take the front bumper off. I'm kinda pissed and I have shit in my forehead. And yeah, I have to take the front off because there are one contact to the AC that I can't reach from behind, so I have to take the front bumper to get that stupid fucking contact off. But yeah, luckily I have taken off the front like 50 times, so it's kinda easy. But you can see it where it's stuck or hidden down there, so yeah, so I have to take the ECU and the transmission module as well, because the engine harness are going out with the engine. And I have an old shit box. So yeah, it's rusty, and I have to cut out the exhaust and hammer it out because yeah, it's old and rusty. So we have a lift off. It's a tedious work running around fixing all the small stuff that are getting stuck on everything, because when you're racing the car, like a cable or a hose or something are always getting stuck, and you have to check that because, well, if you just lift the car up and the engine are back down, something are going to break. So the old engine are out of the car, the new engine are coming from a junkyard like 1.5 miles away from where I work, and when we called them, the engine actually sat in a car, so they took out the engine out of the car. You're probably getting pretty tired of my voice right now. If you didn't, or if you did, comment down below. It's just a test, and we're always trying to improve our YouTube stuff. And when you are down there, give the video a like, because, well, I sure need it, because yeah, my engine broke. So it's time to check how bad the damage was. Well, the new engine is already in the subframe, but yeah, it's always fun to see how bad it is. So let's tear this apart and yeah. How bad do you think it is?
Dropped valves or little piston damage.
What?
Little piston damage.
Yeah. Well, how many valves do you think are?
2.
2? Well, I would probably say it would be fun to see a hole in the piston, but probably not. But maybe it's like if maybe the intake or the exhaust valves all have hit the pistons, but I don't think every valve are fucked. But we'll see. Well, that's not how it should be. But it's the only one, I guess. Yeah. So let's take out the cams as well and see if there are any more damage. Ooh. Well, look at.
Oh.
Oh, dang. Oh, there as well. Oh, there are a lot of. There are all the hydraulic lifters. Everything around it have broken. Oh, everyone. It's actually everyone. Yeah. Oh, it's bad. I think it's more than just a few valves. Well. Yeah.
Meanwhile,
what I do for you guys so you can see what happened. But maybe I just do it for myself because I'm curious. But yeah.
Jaha, vi har rör här.
Ja, men de ska släppa va?
Ja, vänta, de ska gå runt här. Så.
Så lägger vi den här ner. Well, this was a little bit of a disappointment. There are actually non-existing damage there or on the valve. Well, the valves have definitely hit the piston, but because this wouldn't have been happening. Like, but yeah. So as I said, the valves have definitely hit the pistons, even though it doesn't look like it, because all this damage with all the hydraulic lifters wouldn't have been done if it wasn't for this. So to explain it all, why I didn't just buy a new head, I did go with a full long block, is because in Sweden there are a ton of V70 and other Volvos that have the same engine, so it's actually cheaper to buy a full long block instead of just buying a head. So yeah, it's stupid to just buy the head and everything around it instead of just buying the whole new engine. So yeah, but let's get back to the thing we actually should do, because now I have laid about 1.5 hours on stupid stuff when I could have just worked 1.5 hours on that one and got some more sleep, but who needs sleep anyway? Well, the expensive things is not like the engine. The expensive thing is the alternator and all these small bits and bobs, like the O-rings, gaskets, and all the small things adds up, and the cost of all the gaskets and stuff is like maybe 7,000, and the engine itself costs 5,000, and the alternator is like 6. So yeah. It's actually coming together pretty nicely. Hopefully there will be no problems when I start it, but I'm skeptical. There are always something you miss. So yeah.
One eternity later.
The threads in the new are not the same as in the old, so I'm not gonna wear the heat shield, but lucky.
What if you don't? What if you fly? You see here, kid, you gotta just go for it. Don't think about what comes after or what came before.
I vilken där? Spotta på den.
Don't think about what comes after or what came before. You just gotta bend your knees, take it.
So, do you think it's gonna fall out when I lift the car up?
I hope so.
What if I fall? Well, what if you don't? What if you fly?
So well, this is a big step forward. I actually think we can manage to go to Ultrace because we are leaving in like 32 hours or something like that. It's
Hours until Ultrace.
yeah, ding. Yeah, but yeah, it's under 2 days. I have tomorrow as a work day, and maybe the thing is the car needs to be lowered as well before we go. So, and it needs a wheel alignment, and yeah, it's a lot of stuff left. But hopefully we're gonna start the engine tomorrow, and you will see that. So hang with us. The car is done. It's done. It's rolling by its own power. It works great. I have tested it for like 3, 4, maybe 5 kilometers, and it runs smoothly. Well, I'm both exhausted and speechless because it have took so much energy out of me, and not much sleep, not much of anything, but I guess it's all gonna be worth it, because in the next video, if you are subscribed, you should be that. So click that button down there or wherever it are. Click it, because next video we're going to Ultrace. Yeah. So you're gonna see some awesome cars in the 2 upcoming videos. Give the V70 a like on this video if you liked what you have seen, and most important of all, enjoy life.
You see here, kid? You gotta just go for it. Don't think about what comes after or what came before. You just gotta bend your knees,